Cabin Boys, what's up?
So two-time champion of the heavyweight division in the UFC, Cain Velasquez,
Wow.
was fucking sentenced to 5 years, but I guess he's only gonna do one for with time served. So
Yeah.
I guess he like it was an attempt of murder charge.
What was he charged for? What was?
So what happened was that his son, I guess, got molested
Oh, okay.
by some guy. I
Yeah.
don't know who. I don't remember what he was.
Was he famous too? The other guy?
No, he was a
I think it's
worker
probably like
in the
a worker or family member
in the
something
school,
like
in his daycare.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they arrested him, and
crazy.
he was out on bail.
Damn.
And while he was out on bail, Cain Velasquez fucking like tracked him down, and he ended up chasing him through with the car,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and then shot at his vehicle. And the sister that was in the passenger seat recognized him. He's like, that's fucking Cain Velasquez.
The fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, this motherfucker's about to beat your ass. Damn.
Damn.
And I guess maybe because the court, they already knew that he was the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess
She was the main suspect.
he shot in fucking broad daylight, just fucking.
No
It's
mask.
crazy.
No mask.
I
Just
have a question. So, say Cain Velasquez is right there following you and then shoots at you and he runs out of bullets. Would you rather him kill you with like shooting at you or him beating your ass?
Damn, and that's crazy because he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's fucking big.
Well,
Probably just get shot now.
yeah,
Why would-
get
why-
shot because it'll be quick. Quick.
I don't understand why he would shoot at him if he could fucking beat his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're from here to over there, you can't reach out with the car.
Yeah, but in the rage of someone, doing that to one of your kids,
Yeah.
that was like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, straight up.
And the judges were like, we'll let you off the hook because
Oh,
we
they did?
understand.
Yeah.
Well, with 5 years,
Yeah.
that's basically letting you off the hook right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't even kill him.
Because attempted murders, trying to shoot someone.
It's like 25.
Sheesh, I think he was facing 30 to life.
30 to
Yeah,
life.
that's what they were. That's what they were trying to give him.
But did he kill him or no? He didn't kill him.
Nah, he didn't kill him.
He just
No,
shot him.
shot at him. Yeah, I think he
Okay.
shot him, but he didn't kill him.
Hey, you guys heard? I don't know if it's true that the new law that passed, or it's gonna pass, that like whoever has a like hit
Yeah.
and stuff or whatever or the N word or whatever,
Yeah.
that it's gonna be death penalty now.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
for
that.
that?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's gonna pass or it passed already.
Well, that's good because
They were saying that shit took a little while to should have been done since the beginning.
yeah, well, that's
That
good
long.
because if you think about it, there was a point where they were literally trying to make it a sickness.
I think they
I
should.
don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's a time
stupid.
that was like yeah.
Like that it was something like
Yeah,
they were
mental.
born with that with a mental illness to like little boys
And there's
or little
also
girls.
the people that say they're 6 years old. They're like, I'm 13.
But they're heck old or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. They identify as a fucking 13, 14-year-old.
Fucking 4 years old.
Stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's old ass guys that are like, I'm a little girl, and then they dress up like little girls.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
yeah.
Always like that guy that says he's still a baby and he's
On
They
diapers?
identify as ages and shit. Like,
It-
stupid.
Like imagine never aging, so you just say that you're 21 forever, but you're like 60 years old.
shit. That's me.
that-
I always
that-
say I'm 27.
That's an illness.
Truly, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's
In Africa, I'm 27 now.
reality.
There's like
reality check
7 years behind.
in Africa.
What is it? Is the Utopia or no? What's it
What is it?
that they're supposedly 7 years behind, that we're ahead
Oh shit.
to their calendar.
Oh,
We talked about it, no?
yeah, it was pretty much like Mexico, how it used to be. Supposedly, they used to say that Mexico was 10 years behind the U.S. Like that.
That's
That's what
crazy.
you're meaning.
No, like their calendar. There's when they see pulling like right now their calendar, they're still in 2017.
No
Really?
mames.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
¿Por qué?
I don't know.
They just stopped time for a couple years.
Hey, you
Hold on, we ain't trying to age right here. Just chill out with the time.
know what? I actually got to hear TikTok this week
Hey,
that you
but
mentioned.
hold
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
I was gonna say about that law
Okay, go ahead. Hit me.
about the death penalty. You
Okay.
said
Yeah.
I think the parent of the person that got molested should kill the
Decide.
person.
Oh,
You know, like if you're sentenced to death for molesting someone, I think they should kill you.
but
Where did yeah? Because then they were gonna start doing like
They should press the button or something. You know?
where the one where you get shot at.
Oh shit!
I don't know what's it called. I think I heard it though.
wait,
That or because
what you mean the one you get shot at?
yeah, like did you stand there and
Somebody just shoots you?
yeah?
Oh, you know what? I think I did see
They were
that.
saying about it, right? They're gonna pass.
Yeah, that actually a couple cadets that were in training for shooting practice,
Yeah.
they will literally shoot you and they'll kill you for the
For
death
training?
penalty. Yeah.
If you
Actually,
think
I did hear
yeah, if you think about it, it's cheaper than the lethal fucking $2 bullet.
So if you were on a death penalty, what would be your way of going out? What would you want? Like, how would you want to die?
How would I? Man.
Before we get there,
Shooting or
hold up,
injection?
before we get
Yeah.
there, if you're death penalty, what will be the last meal you choose before? And then we jump to the other one.
Oh,
Okay. Last meal?
Yeah.
I would try to make it hella impossible for it could be just like hella hard for them to do. Like, what would it be something? Well, for sure, I had to do something with seafood because you know that's something that I love, bro.
damn, that's a hard
If you
question
think-
right
yeah,
there.
if you think about it,
What would be your last meal?
you've been in prison, say 25, 30 years, and then your time is coming to.
My
So you-
last meal would be like expensive ass sushi with some. I've never tasted a Wagyu steak, so for sure Wagyu.
Oh,
And then I'll go ahead and tell them that I want some what is that thing, the truffle, bro. I'll make that truffle. And,
after you're done ordering, I'll be like, oh, he's having.
hey, bro, because in reality, that would be like a
Last
bunch
meal?
of shit, yeah. And obviously, I would want to try something I probably never tasted. And what if it tastes that like nasty? They just had hyped it up. For my last meal, por codo, ándale, cabrón. You know what I
What
mean?
would you have?
Shit, simple, bro.
Some
Like-
doghouse.
Lunchable.
Some doghouse sounds good.
Like a little steak, baked
Ooh.
potato. Fuck. And then for fucking dessert, Oreo shake from Jack in the Box.
Oh, those are bomb. I
Yeah.
haven't had those in a while.
I haven't had one.
Those are fire. I mean, I like them.
Sponsored by Jack and the
What's your meal?
Me, some ceviche for sure.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, on some ceviche. Some barbecue. Damn, I don't know.
Some famous
Probably
days?
just some barbecue. A little side of ceviche on the side.
Yeah. That would be bomb. Yeah, that would be bomb. That would be a pretty good.
No dessert.
Yeah, so if we're being specific, I'll probably
no
do
dessert.
like a straight some ostiones. That's
Ostiones?
yeah. I love that.
Fuckers
Shit.
open them up.
Open it up for me before I die. Yeah, that would be sick. Or you know what? Or some for sure this would be my meal. A bunch of fucking balazos from Mexico. No. It's a little shot that it's already mixed with like a hummus mix, and then
Bro, by the time you're faded, you're gonna be dead.
then just take
They be
a
like,
couple
"Alright."
shots, and then just kill me. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're gonna need some shots for the nerves.
Yeah.
You know, get fucking. You're like, damn, I'm about to dip.
And then what was your other question?
Bro, I think I just had a dream last night that I was in prison.
Did you?
Damn, isn't it crazy that it's so real?
Yeah.
When I was in there, I was like if I was in prison, like I
Yeah.
was like I was in there like in my own head, like damn, I'm gonna do this many years, like already planning my head like to doing years.
Oh, you already in a cell and everything,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
looking down at the concrete floor and just
Yeah, I was making a
contemplating.
call. I couldn't remember no numbers.
A la
I was
madre.
dialing my own number. It was weird. I was calling myself. I was like 569-7766. And I was like, wait, that's not. I was like, what is the what are the numbers? It was weird.
So if anybody translates dreams, let us know down in the comment what that
Yeah.
means. You're calling yourself.
That is
You're
weird.
trying to prevent yourself from something, right? Or what?
That is
why would
kinda
you be
trippy.
calling yourself
That is that. Yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
makes sense. When they say it.
from jail? Yeah.
Huh? Like Interstellar. Like there's like another dimension than like where I'm fucking in jail and I'm like trying to call myself.
Yeah. Or you're imprisoned in your mind, bro.
Ooh.
And you're trying to let yourself know out of your mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be crazy. Something that
You can
once you find
Yeah,
that
because
right
you
number.
can translate dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Think about it. What do you think when AI generates more better? You think that there
Huh.
would be a way to like generate your dreams right before you go to sleep, bro?
Ooh.
You think that that's a possibility in the future?
I think so. Cause they track the wavelengths and shit and all the stuff that happens
Yeah.
in your brain, you know, how they fucking have attach all those things
Yeah.
and they study like the waves and all that.
Yeah.
I would think they know how to translate that to what is he imagining or something, huh?
Well,
I
would
think
they
I've seen something like that where they didn't have that.
like they. What I like it would be like for them to record what you dream.
Ooh.
record your dream
Yeah.
and then relive it
So you
when
can
you
just
come
watch.
back
You can just watch
when
it.
you're awake? Because you know how sometimes you really don't remember your dream, but
Yeah.
imagine you could record your dream. That would be
Watch
so.
it.
That would be super dope.
Wow.
That'd be wild.
Because then you could like try to pick at your own brain because that's like your consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Because that's being processed while you're like constantly asleep.
Your
Like
subconscious.
your subconscious. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be freaking dope.
That'd be that. Yeah.
That
That's what I
would be
was thinking.
sick.
I always thought about that.
And
Imagine
to
you
have like a notebook. Yeah.
have it on DVD or
Well, you know what? My wife started doing that. Because she got a book that is a dream interpreter book. But I mean, I don't know. You know, it's like pretty much it gives you like all the alphabets and it tells you like this. Like for example, like you on prison, it'll tell you what prison signifies in a dream.
Uh-huh.
And then you put like other stuff, relevant stuff that you actually can remember, and you put all of these phrases together, but each phrase means something, right? It can mean like 3 4 different things. Like, to get to my point, she freaking put a notebook next to her bed, so when she would wake up in the middle of the night, the first thing she'll do, she'll write her dream. And then in the morning she'll go and she'll start like translating it, and it still confuses you. So that's the reason why I haven't mentioned it or I haven't said anything, because like I don't have no solid proof of it.
Because you could translate it in many ways.
Yeah. So yeah, because there's many ways. That's the sucky part about it. Because then like since it's your dreams, you're gonna want to adjust it to
And you're
what
gonna
you
want to
think.
be is it
Yeah.
good or bad?
Yeah.
it's like when they say that when you dream of someone that's dying
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like you're giving them life
Yeah.
through a dream. But
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's I've heard of that. Yeah, I've
you
heard
heard
of that.
about that saying,
Yeah. My mom was the one that actually mentioned that.
just stuff like that.
But what was that question on the prison? Let's go back on that. I wanted to know that the other question.
If you were sentenced to death,
Uh-huh.
what would be the way of death
That's
that
right.
you would
That's
want?
right. All right. So if we were sent,
What do you think? Yeah. Well, how would you want to be killed?
I mean,
Murdered.
you can still choose from back in the days to like your head chopped off
I would want
or put
someone.
you in that bowl with fire and you burn inside.
I would want to be left like in a cornfield and have someone like chase me down with the fucking like Jason mask and shit.
you know how I
And
would
then
like
I'll
to,
try to fight back, but he has a knife, so he just kill me.
oh, like you got a survival chance? That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna get to.
Yeah, like I'll try to fight, my way out.
Yeah.
Like, but you got a knife,
Yeah.
so
You might
Yeah.
survive. Yeah, you have a
So it's like a
slight chance.
50-50, yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of not.
No, it's probably like
It's probably
10%,
like 90,
90, yeah. 90, 10, but
Yeah.
there's still a sliver of chance.
But that would be a good way,
Yeah.
just like
No,
a chance.
what I would like on the movie Apocalypto, uh, them having me run and then throwing the freaking spears.
Yeah.
And so we just looking at bro.
And then
That would be
just
dope.
like, then that might not kill you. That might just fucking catch you, and then you're just like, you gotta get it out. And then they're just stabbing you
But
now.
I just feel like at
No.
the moment, the adrenaline, like even if you get shot with the thing,
Yeah,
you just want to dip.
You
You know
got
what I
te
mean?
rematan right there.
Yeah.
Hey, when you feel like
Something
three of
fun,
them
huh?
just
Because it'll be boring just to be fucking handcuffed in a chair and just shot to death, like,
Or
or
electrocuted.
injected, or like.
Electrocuted, yeah.
That's no fun.
I think
Yeah. Give me something fun. Give me
Yeah.
something.
mine would be
Oh, shit.
I think mine will be fucking throw me off a plane.
What? Ooh.
Oh,
That wait. Blindfolded or
No, that way you can see everything before.
oh, really?
That's it, you know.
Yeah.
damn.
That's a pretty sick way of going out.
Face, bro. Just drop me here from here. Just
From the height. You know how that guy from the Red Bull challenge?
yeah.
The guy that jumped off and parachuted
Yeah.
from the highest point, he was already on space. Imagine you
From the
dropping
firmament, from the fucking
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Just
No more higher, just boom.
damn.
That would be pretty epic. That would be because you'll survive to the very last second.
Yeah.
So you'll just enjoy the view.
And you'll just blank out.
Yeah.
In
an
instantly.
And that would be dope.
That's just a good way.
Yeah, that's a good way to go out.
Yeah, ours were whack compared to that.
Hey, you can even have fun doing that shit because you can even flap your wings.
You're lying.
You
You just take a little nap, right? Fuck.
so,
30 more minutes till I get there.
that would be super tight.
How long do you think it would take to fall from like up there from like 30,000 feet?
30,000 feet.
If you're a heavy person, fast.
Check this out. So, at the time it takes to fall from 30,000 feet depends on various factors, such as body position during the fall. So, you know, if you're fucking
Oh, straight down.
straight down, it's faster.
Yeah,
Or you can kind of glide
Glide.
in a way,
yeah.
kind of take more time. Air resistance and weather is probably typically if you're free falling a human in a stable belly down position. It'll take 3 to 4 minutes
Oh my.
to reach the ground
And 30,000?
without parachute.
30,000?
3 to 4 minutes.
No,
From
but 30,000
feet.
feet.
Yeah, from
30?
as high, like above the clouds, where the planes fly. You know,
3 to 4 minutes?
3 to 4 minutes.
Damn.
Damn, I thought it was gonna
That's
be a
a
little
long
bit more.
time.
No, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more. I was
Really?
gonna be like 10 minutes just to show you
Damn.
the view. It's
3 to
quick,
4
three-
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3-4 minutes, bro. That goes like this, and you just boom, you're done.
that's a long time though.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
guess
think-
yeah.
You're falling to your death, yeah. 3-4
Yeah,
minutes.
you got like a whole minute, and you're like, damn. All right, I'm still falling. You're counting down like 60 seconds, and then you're like, damn. I'm still
What would you
falling.
be thinking at that moment?
And then you're
if
falling.
that shit's gonna hurt.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Like the imagine your how fast you're falling, like it's crazy.
yeah.
That'll be so wild.
Your cachetes, compa, just
Yeah. and then you're going faster the more you're falling.
yeah.
So you're
You need to
gaining
gain more speed. That's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
That was a sick ass way to
Do
die.
you think you'll die before you hit the ground? Of a heart attack or something? Because you're going so fast.
Hold your breath for 4 minutes.
Yeah, and you're not even like are you even able to breathe?
Like all the air hitting you? Probably not. How would you gasp for air? It's since you're filled with
It's crazy, huh?
probably if you were like facing like straight like a stick, I guess probably you could still
Huh.
breathe, but then you are probably gonna be dying even faster because it was 3 to 4 minutes off of being laying down on your belly.
Yeah, belly
So,
down.
like this, you're defying.
I think you got like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like 2 minutes, just bah.
Yeah, and if you're overweight, 1. 1 second to
60 seconds countdown
60
begins.
seconds, you'll be 10 feet underground.
You ain't got time to think about shit right there.
Boom.
And okay, so since you will be falling out of a plane, would you choose a specific area to be falling out of?
I think
Like-
you're gonna say airline.
No. Oh, because if that's the case, you just have to catch American Airlines and they just fall for free. You don't have to be a president.
The windows cracked a little, you can just stop.
No,
What'd
but
you say?
so So since you already know that you're gonna get dropped off, would you choose a specific place to jump off and die? So like while you're falling, you're enjoying the last view, or would it not matter? Just fall anywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just thought about it.
And
Probably Brazil by Rio de Janeiro, where the Jesus statues at.
oh, you
Right in front of it,
Not if, just to see that view, like
the Jesus is right there,
well, not
that side.
the Jesus in the whole
on the
city.
yeah.
And that's good weather too, because you don't want to fall like in Russia where it's cold. You're freezing.
You're freezing
Yeah,
as you're
you're
falling.
like, damn.
Yeah, somewhere in the coast.
Probably.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I would have said in the middle of Times Square.
Yes.
Wow, at the busiest hour.
Fuck.
New
You're
Year's.
taking someone with you too, because they're fucking walking around everywhere.
Yeah. That'd
Unless
be
you
crazy.
fall off of a building,
Nah, I think that would have to be like a
you
safety.
fucking land on a porta potty.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. All right, all right. No, that was crazy. But hey, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit real quick. I actually started reading this book, and I wanted to go over some theories that came out of. So I don't know if you guys heard of the book Chaos.
No.
Chaos, the Charlie Manson. I'm not gonna go super in detail. All I'm gonna say is that Charlie Manson was
Charles Manson?
well, yeah, well, his
Oh,
name is
okay.
Charlie, but
I heard
it's
about
Charles,
it. Yeah.
Charles Manson.
But Charles Manson, he, everybody's still amazed of the fact. Real quick, so everybody knows if they don't, figured out a way of brain controlling other people to kill for him. How? That's still a question that has not been answered. But the craziest thing that they pretty much said about him is that he comes out of jail, uh, 1947, and he starts messing with LSD. With LSD is new to him, right? LSD.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Okay, and he perfects LSD so perfectly that he, without no knowledge, but yet he perfects it to make these people kill for him and on command. But
And they supposedly they taught him that, right? The CIA.
that's where I was going with it,
Ah.
because they're saying that there's so the guy, the author is Tom O'Neill. This guy went super into it because I read the book and it was like 16 hours of the audiobook. I didn't read it, I heard it. Let me
Yeah.
clarify that. Have you ever seen like when they put a picture of a character in the center and then they start putting like the little ropes connecting the dots
Like the
everywhere?
FBI does that. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. That's the same thing that he did throughout the book, right? He's explaining everyone that it's in Daphne's life. Comes out to the light that he's involved some way or another with the CIA, right? There's a lot of people that could have. There's not straight strings of time connected with Charlie, but all the people that he knew and that obviously knew him really good enough were connected to the CIA or had influence with the CIA. So I got to
Damn.
learn a bunch of stuff, bro. But one thing that I took out of the book is that they have perfected the mind control. And I'm gonna tell you why, because they use specific words and they say like the dopamine factor of it and like how it changes your perspective of life and how can you their whole perspective was that they wanted to tell you a lie and make you believe it. And from that point on, defend the lie. That's the whole point of mind control. If they can lie to you in your face, what they could do to manipulate how you think. So that's the way.
Even if you're like an educated person,
Yeah.
he was. I think he was like a teacher or something. No.
No, Charlie Manson
like
was
hella-
a thief. He was just like a con. He was
Yeah.
a
Didn't
good
he
con.
go to like college and some more shit? Had degrees or no?
No. He was just he's just crazy.
Oh no. That was Ted Bundy.
Bundy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like.
So okay,
That's
so
crazy.
all of these people they're a little bit
I'm tripping,
connected,
yeah.
but not Ted Bundy. But you know the guy I was telling my compa on over the weekend. I was telling them that the same hospital that he was going in San Francisco, Jack Ruby was going, and he met with these people. And Jack Ruby, do you know who Jack Ruby is?
No.
Jack Ruby is the guy that killed Aswell or whatever that guy that I'm the guy
Oswald?
that killed JF Kennedy.
Oh yeah.
So when he's coming out of theaters, he's the one that kills them with the handcuffs.
Uh huh.
And
Oh,
from that
yeah.
point on, when they tried to do an interview on that fool, Jack Ruby, that fool was mental. Like, he couldn't even say nothing no more. He couldn't testify. So guess what? They just incarcerated him. But right before they actually did his testimony or whatever, like they interviewed him, um, one specific person that is somewhat connected to Charles Manson in some type of way, that person, um, okay, so that person met with one of the killers that Charlie Manson had. So, for example, it's me and Charlie. You're one of the girls, and you're the killer. This guy comes and interviews you, and then changes everything that you have said.
What?
Yeah, so there's a bunch. You're already in jail, but specifically makes you say specific stuff
Uh-huh.
to incriminate me.
Right.
Now, since you
Like he
already,
made you do it, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Cause yeah,
Yeah.
I know he made you do it, and they're like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's
Like you
exactly
wouldn't
what
do
it is.
something like that, would you? If like say you wouldn't have met Charles Manson, would you done that?
Yeah, so, like psychological type of
Yeah.
stuff. But
Reverse psycho.
again, nobody sees their meetings, so we don't know if he could have drugged them because at this moment they're trying what's called the truth serum because obviously that's something true, right? So they were trying out the truth serum, and supposedly
Damn.
this truth serum was given to Jack Ruby to find out, but after the truth serum came out, this fool just went psycho, right? But where I was going to go with this is the fact that I feel like they have perfected the mind control. And I say that
Like
because,
nowadays?
yes, because
Uh,
the same way they do the dopamine shots with the LSD that they used to do, because pretty much the way that they explain Charlie Manson would do it is he consistently would keep the girls high, right? Like repetitively. And they would all go on an LSD trip, but he would always give himself less, but give them more. And as soon as everybody's coming down, he would give them more again. And he would still be high. But while he was while they were all on this psychosis state, this fool would be like telling them sermons and like telling them about the book of Revelation, like the end
damn.
time.
Almost hypnotizing them.
Yeah, hypnotizing them.
Yeah, 'cause
Exactly.
probably
Jeez.
drug like something to your brain that we're reading.
Keep them
So
in a
it's-
trance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier for them to just.
Yeah, like keeping them in a trance. and
So
shit.
so
Damn.
that's where I was gonna go with how they have perfected it. So if you look at the way that TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah.
And all the social medias, all of those are legit have you in the trance because the same way that you feel the dopamine when you see a like on your news feed, honestly, that's already a dopamine shot
Yeah.
that hit. So when you
Right.
see that, you feel good about yourself. So they have perfected it with the social media, and it only makes perfect sense. If they tell you something in social media, even though it's a lie,
Yeah, and
You
to
can
the
believe
point
it.
where you're out
Yeah.
doing riots because of what you see on social media
Exactly.
so much that you're just influenced and you're like, I gotta go fucking riot.
yeah, exactly.
gotta be there.
I gotta shoot the president.
Yeah,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
so
I gotta, do this.
so that's what I
They're
noticed that
brainwashing you, bro.
that's exactly their technique that they were trying, and I feel like they have perfected it, bro. I've heard of this project when it was like the Vietnam War. They called it Project Phoenix, and it talks about it in the book, right? So this Project Phoenix, these fools would legit put like shit that like some wires to electrocute on command the Vietnamese, but they would have knives on their hands, and it would be like me and you stuck up with wires, and they'll make us like stab each other off of voltage because they wouldn't let us control ourselves. They would try to control us with a voltage because their ultimate plan was
Like
to
a shot
completely
caller.
control you like a remote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the main. That was their main priority, to control you like a remote, right?
Like shock you in the back so you can move forward and shit.
Whatever it may be, exactly.
And then shock you from the
Yeah,
side.
side or whatever. And
Go-
they're, like literally, you can look up these files and you can see like the actual trials of
Wow.
people doing that, bro. And then they would they would, if they didn't work, if they wouldn't get like, they would all die of electrocution. One of them, the other one would just get shot. A bunch of stuff like that, bro. So it's a sick ass book. There's a lot of stuff, bro. There's a lot.
Damn, all that's in that book?
Bro, there's a lot.
That's crazy.
This dude goes like the last 5 hours of the book. So 11.
How long did it take you to hear
It's
it?
16. It's 16 hours.
16 hours?
Yeah, it's already on. It's already a countdown. So it tells you it's 16
You can
hours.
put it a little faster, no? Where
You
you
can
read
do a
kind of
double
fast.
play, but- Yeah, it's double play, but I don't really like it because it sounds a little bit more weirder. And
No,
even
but for you, how long did it take you to listen to it?
so it took me like the days.
Yeah.
It took me 3 days
Mm.
because I was just like listening in parts right when I was at work. But it was freaking amazing. And the 5 hours at the end, it's when he's just going deep because
What
I
it-
couldn't even believe the
What
fact
is that called, bro? The fucking when they put you in, like when they're hypnotizing you, right?
Yeah, hypnosis.
That's a trip, bro.
Yeah.
Hypnotizing.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever got hypnotized?
I've never
that-
gotten hypnotized.
That's one of the trippiest things ever. How you can just put someone to sleep
Yeah.
and like
those videos
make
you
them
see,
do stuff.
I wonder, is it true or they just fucking around?
Yeah, is it true or is it not true?
Could
I
be.
always wonder that.
It could be. I feel like if you allow your mind, because look, I've heard like, and everybody knows
That's
this,
crazy.
the fact that you only use a certain amount of your brain,
Yeah.
right? I don't remember what the percentage is, but
Yeah, like one.
no, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about like the
All of
average
us.
human.
All of it.
No, but yeah, you use only a little bit of percentage, but I feel like if you could tap into specific stuff, right? I'm pretty sure there's a way of you interacting with other people or
Yeah.
forcing them to do that.
But what's the reason why we can't use the?
The theory has it that obviously all the preservatives and stuff that we eat and the irons. Did you hear about like the
That's what I
guy?
was thinking.
I've heard that you haven't even heard of him anymore. What's that food that we mentioned him in the podcast? The guy from Hustle and Flow.
Oh yeah.
Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman.
No, not Morgan Freeman. No.
What's his? I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't. I'll put it on right here on the bottom. But that fool, when he was talking to Joe Rogan about his shapes, I don't know if you guys watched the video.
Yeah.
But during the middle of the pod, this fool takes some drops of something, and
Oh my God.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, that's my detox thing. I'm supposed to detox right now.
How do you detox? You detox on a timer? What do you do?
There's my wife got me these things, because I'm supposed to take this
What is that?
and
Pure body extract.
and there's another one.
Advanced daily cellular detox. What's in this? Oh boy! I
And
get out
this
my reading
too.
glasses. What's in this stuff?
Just things to counteract the natural the metals that we have in our bodies that wear us out.
And you just take these.
and then Joe Rogan asks him like, what are those for? And he says that these are like a liquid that's made out of oregano oil. It's oregano oil extracted. That apparently the oregano oil will make you dilute the irons and the unwanted metals that your body gets on a day-to-day, like cereals, all these other things that you eat, all the junk, a bunch of that shit already contains metals. Like, I don't know how, but it does, right? So apparently with that liquid, it has boosted up his energy, plus he doesn't get sick. And he said that he used to have like bags under his eyes and it was getting black. And that food, even on Joe Rogan, while he's saying that, he's like, look at my skin, look at how
He
I
does
look,
look really
like,
young.
super young. And he's been saying that he's been using that thing for 6 months.
Yeah.
At that time already, he had a couple months. It wasn't even a year, and he said that there was already a bunch of benefits out of it. So I feel
I
like
think that's the number one, like the highest like health stuff, like what's that called when people are using stuff on their face and like stuff like that.
your hygiene.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I guess like products for your face and stuff. That's like the highest. There's like that's like the how can I say it? Fucking like that market is the highest market, you know, industry or whatever.
Yeah.
The beauty industry
Yeah.
is the most paid industry, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so much billions of dollars.
Well, yeah, because also surgeries and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it's for to the beauty.
like to look young is basically the number one
But yeah, so
thing
that
that people pay for.
But you said he was using oregano.
he said that it was oregano oil extracted.
Is it like the same you put the menudo stuff?
Yeah, that's that's the oregano, but I don't know how you would extract it. I guess it's very expensive. I've been actually watching some TikToks, and they actually have it at a TikTok shop, and it's actually like a little pill. It's not the same thing he was taking.
This is not an ad, by the
Yeah,
way.
it's not an ad. It's not an ad. And we're not getting paid. We're not.
Don't skip this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a little.
They're like, is this a fucking ad?
No, but it's supposedly a pill. It's like you know when you're coughing, it's the same type of material, like the same type of pill looking like a Hall type shit, right? And then you take it, and if like you're starting to feel like sick and you're feeling a little bit congested, you take that, and then you don't need to take no pills. So that already prevents you from whatever these artificial medicines that they give you, even like on Tylenol and stuff, you would avoid all that periodly, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's probably how you can
There's new
enhance.
science nowadays and shit.
Yeah, because if you think about it, how you could put like a scale, if you want to call it, in a way, of like the rich people. I feel like they're successful and they're always on the right state of mind because the stuff that they do to take care of themselves, they take that extra step. We just we get hungry and we're lazy because we don't have somebody to pay to cook at our house a good healthy meal.
Yeah.
We just go to McDonald's, and yeah, of course we're gonna freaking lose lifespan off of that. And then obviously some of us, when you even eat a lot, you don't even feel good. Like you feel all groggy from fucking eating McDonald's or whatever, and then you feel like shit. So not
Those
only
thousands of chemicals.
right, not only did you just eat garbage,
Now you are garbage.
you are what you eat, right? Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. So I feel like there is a couple things that influence our ways of acting now.
And then the brain is, like, fuck, this motherfucker is eating McDonald's.
Again.
Ah, I can't reach my full potential.
Right?
Yeah.
Really. Because it's all about that, keeping us dumb, right?
And it's crazy because your body's just like the one that's in charge almost,
Yeah.
And your
And-
brain's like, fuck, again.
Again.
Yeah, because you're aware of it.
I remember, remember how we used to be young and we used to eat always McDoubles? Imagine at that time what our brain would tell us.
I think we've eaten like 1,000 McDonald's,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dang. The fake meat.
Actually, it was cheaper, no?
Yeah, back then it was $1, so everybody would get like one McDouble, one McChicken, and
You get a whole meal with $5.
Yeah, soda, everything.
My gangbang.
Yeah, there you go.
And if you're balling, you'll go get a $10 meal. Big Mac.
Yeah,
and
the
some more
Big
shit.
Mac. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So you guys want to talk a little bit? I've actually been wanting to go over that video that you guys mentioned. If you guys want to talk about that, we're gonna go over the video real quick. The KFC, everybody's going crazy about it. I haven't seen it. The video, gonna bring by the phone. KFC video. So he's in the forest?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, this is a trippy video because I don't really remember just seeing this. Kind of doesn't even make sense.
It does.
But where did this girl come? Was she supposed to be the chicken? Because they show the chicken and then they show the girl.
It's just.
You know, coming down out of the trees, but what the? They elevated him?
Yo, who's making these videos?
No, you're selling chicken, right? What does the forest have to do with it?
Where's the mashed potatoes and shit?
No way. They got the golden egg?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like on the Bible, the golden calf, but they're gonna worship the golden egg. That's crazy. And they're carrying it. Let's see.
It's a bucket of fried chicken.
A bucket?
It's a bucket of fried chicken. Perfectly fried.
Crispy golden flavor.
Ooh.
They're literally taking it little by little. Almost what parallels look like. Oh, that's what it is. Oh yeah, because it's brown. Look.
What the fuck?
Oh shit! What the heck? Look at
She's crazy.
she's
all
carrying it
pale.
like a piece of paper, bro. What the? Like a skateboard. What the?
What the fuck? He's drowning him?
On that gravy.
No, man. Oh, what?
Huh.
Believe. No, man. So we're
Believe
eating
what?
human
Hold
or
on.
what?
Believe what?
Let me see.
That's it? Believe in
chicken.
what?
Believe.
What is this going on?
Damn. That.
I think they wanted to like make it confusing so that people could tune in and watch it, bro.
Yeah.
I talk about it.
Yeah,
and,
they're like, what the fuck?
and-
Yeah.
and then people could talk about KFC.
Yeah.
Search it up.
They
go
ran
buy
out
it,
of
see if
shit
it's
to do.
human.
Yeah.
They're like, what do we got? What else do we fucking advertise?
That could be a good plot twist right there. They're doing it for their own benefit. Yeah, because everybody is talking about KFC.
Yeah.
Publicity.
Like, let me go see if it really tastes like human.
Yeah.
But see, if human meat's like it says like pig skin, but the chicken's white. Like on the
Nah, I think it's just advertising campaign. They're just trying to get views,
Yeah.
people to trend and talk about KFC.
don't talk about
But-
KFC, but they ain't gonna buy it.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
I forgot what movie. There's a movie that supposedly it's a really old movie, but
Soviet green, Soviet.
Soylent Green. That's what I was gonna tell you. That they would make human meat and they would give it to the people, and that was literally the only meat that they would eat. So it's like the whole world was in a trance, and the government was controlling everyone, and they would feed them Soylent Green all the time. That's
Yeah.
what they would feed them, and they were on a trance because of that.
I never seen that movie, but I always.
I've heard, yeah, no, I've really never. I've heard a bunch of breakdowns to
You
it.
could do that. Like, what if something's in the water, you know?
Yeah.
That people cook their food in or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, dude, that is just beyond crazy. There's just so many things, and like I said, reading that book, it just opened up my mind. I was already skeptical about a bunch of shit that the government does, but just the fact that there's a lot of proofs. Like, if you don't look up your own history, or if you don't learn anything, they literally tell you whatever they want you to believe, and that's what we run with. Because literally, all the operations that they got in that book, it's literally you can search it. You can search those operations, and you can do your own research, and you'll literally find the secrets that it ain't really secrets because they're obligated to post them, and a lot of the stuff is redacted, meaning that it is crossed out, so you won't find out specific names. But the main factor of them trying out. So look, they tell you that they're trying to learn how to manipulate and brain control you, but then they say it failed and they never picked it up again. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they tell you like, oh yeah, we tried that in the 70s. Yeah, it was Operation Mockingbird or Operation Paperclip, this and that. Yeah, we were trying to brain control you guys, but it didn't work. So we just gave it up. Nah, that's bullshit to me.
Yeah, because it might have got more advanced.
Exactly. And that's the whole purpose of it, just telling you, because there's actually news. When you're reading the book, you hear like in 1972 there was a debacle, 71, sorry, a debacle that occurred because somebody leaked.
What is debacle?
It's like something that like it just rattled the whole nation. Like everybody was just like on edge, and for it to occur at that time when there's no social media a lot like that,
Yeah.
you're only getting the newspaper and the TV, which is still obviously controlled by them.
Really?
But the fact that somebody that worked for the CIA, and it says his name on the book. I just can't remember. So again, go read it
Do
for
your
yourself.
parents watch the news still? You remember getting home and they're watching the news and shit?
Bro, let me finish my topic
Okay,
and
yeah.
we'll talk about that real quick. So yeah, so it talks about the fact. Oh shoot, I accidentally. It talks about the fact. It talks about the fact that it was a scandal, and then an FBI agent undercover, whatever, exposed it. So it exposed it to somebody that didn't want to publish it. They published it at the end because they were afraid, but they ended up doing it. Finds out they ended up redacting a bunch of the shit. Um, but then that was it. That was it. No more information, but yet you just got told that they're not only trying to control you, but they're hearing everything for homeland security purposes. Which a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't got nothing to hide. Yeah, but that's how dumbed down you already are, that you don't even have that privacy, that they got you to the point that you're okay if other people are listening. Yeah, sure, we don't got nothing to hide. That's good. That's a good person. Yeah. But the fact that you don't have that freedom, but yet you live on this concept that you live in the United States, the land of the free, BS, because you're not free.
No.
You're not free. So that's the main purpose. I don't care if they're recording me. Shit, they can get all they want. But the thing is, why? Why can't I have my freedom if that's what's being advertised in the TV? That's where we're living. Everybody comes to search for the American dream, right? But going back to the news, that is so funny because
Yeah.
that you mentioned that, because my girl, she hears a pod, uh, and I always tell her like shit that I'm learning, so she knows a bunch of the stuff, right? And then she sometimes is having a conversation with my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, and I'm not involved, and she starts bringing up all these conspiracies and shit to my father-in-law, and my father-in-law be like, no, I didn't hear that in the news. And my girl be like, say no, man. Oh, dad, but the news are not always real.
Yeah.
He's like, no, like they're for reals.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling Daniela, the book, like, think about it. They perfected mind control within the 70s, around there, right? That's when it came out. Well, think about that. Our parents are born on the 70s. So they have that manipulation with the news. And that's how they were mind controlled. Here, I'm going to talk about again the fleas in the cup. We mentioned that last time, right? How we said, and I even told this to the dinner, like it relates all to the book, right? It states on the experiment that they put the fleas and they're able to jump higher than
Oh,
the
yeah,
cup,
yeah.
right? But all of a sudden they put the lid, and after a couple weeks,
Yeah.
there's new fleas that were born, and they don't know their full potentials, and they only jump to the lid,
Because
even
they
if
see
they
all the other
remove.
ones jump into
Yeah, even if you remove the lid. Well, check this out. Take that same aspect of life with our parents being covered by a lid, and now we are the generation.
Like, this is all you can know, huh?
This is all you know.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
Right. Like, if everybody else is eating McDonald's, why don't you eat McDonald's?
Exactly.
Everybody thinks it's healthy.
And
Why else would anybody eat it?
right?
If it's so unhealthy, then why is there a big line there?
That. Why is it always packed?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then you start thinking like, how
Might as well.
Yeah.
And that's how it's so perfect where we're at now. That's why everybody says, oh, here you go again talking about the end times or whatever. But things are so perfectly lined up right nowadays, bro, that you can't compare this time to 1970s. There was no way you can compare our times with their times.
Yeah, because sometimes my mom be watching the news and I'll be like, because of the pot and everything, I learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I tell her, she's like, no, it's like, they didn't say. I was like, I'm not even gonna argue with her. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? She's listening to the news then.
And the thing is, that's when one time I went deep into religion with my mom, and my mom says, but how can I believe that? If I believe something like that, and my mom has changed her ways, right?
Yeah.
So, but she says, in the beginning, I was barely in high school still, and I was trying to tell her a bunch of stuff, and this time it was about dinosaurs and shit that they were teaching us, right? My mom said, my mom's answer was, If I believe that, then my whole life has been a lie. Which
Mhm.
that's where we're at with, the parents, and that's where we're at with all these new people. You were raised and born in this specific era that even
Like
if you want to
influence.
go against it, it's like, how do you? Because then everything just becomes so surreal that you just don't know what reality really
Yeah.
is, right? Because even on the descriptions of that book, when they talk about the LSD, taking LSD in high doses, it says that they will not be able to distinguish what is physical
Hmm.
and like what's
Dream?
actual real, like reality. They would start a new reality within their mind, and they'll manifest it, but in their
Trip.
and their trip outs, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're living it, but they're not physically living it. They're living it mentally,
Yeah.
whatever they're thinking of, but they're not. So they don't even know what reality is. So now, again, compared to reality that we live right now, we're so in tune with our phones that we really don't know what reality is. We really don't, because we question everything we do on our day to day. Like, you don't have an answer for anything, because even if you look deep,
Yeah.
you still have you still have a question.
Yeah.
Question.
It's like that. It's like that.
It's like
That
that.
meme where it's Malcolm in the Middle, where the dad turns to him. And he's like, "Son, if you want to go down this road, there's no going back."
Truly, right?
Yeah.
Truly,
Because
and
he asked a question about something,
yeah,
and he's like, "If you really want, like you going down this path, there's no
Yeah,
going back
bro.
to reality.
yeah, but
You got to
it's
drop everything you think of." Yeah.
yeah, it's powerful. I mean, I really suggest it. Go check it out. Chaos is sick. You guys want to read it, hear it. Badass.
Anything else?
Anything else?
No, we're good right now.
We're good. This was the pod. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We're
Bam,
gonna go ahead and
bam.
be post a couple more videos. We'll
Here we
be
go.
here live. Yeah, we out. Cabin
out.
Boys.
We out.
Let's get it.